Hello everyone, in this video I'm just going to briefly show you what the partition mesh operator can do. So right now I am creating a thumbnail for the pre-select add-on, and this part here is created using the partition mesh operator. So basically what it does is you need to have a starting resolution, so kind of like this. And be sure to switch the visibility. In the viewport shading, be sure to switch the color to random. So each object has its own different color. So when you partition this or split this into separate objects, you can notice the difference between each of the individual objects. Okay, so in extras, utility and partition mesh, no faces selected, so select everything. And partition mesh, and this uses the same algorithm as random loop extrude and random panels to create the randomized panel islands, but in this case, those randomized panel islands are separated as individual objects. So, for example, square, you can see that it separated the objects, the plane object into different sized face islands. So you can see that this is the same property as with random panels or parameters in their do panel, and we have panel size as well, and we have wrap and split. In this case, we're just using a plane, so we just going to use wrap and not split, since there are no corners transitioning to another face beyond that. Okay, and as you can see here, these are separated into different objects. So right now we can use, this is probably too big. Let's try a bit, let's try for something a bit smaller. Okay, so just pick something, and in extras, utility, control click, press control, and then click on the operator to activate the merging, not the split. Okay, so this operator is kind of hacky. So HACKY. So don't use it in your more serious models, but use it for something like this. If you want to concept art some that looks something like this, so use it for simple objects or models that you can of course dispose of or is disposable. Okay, so let's just increase the subdivision one more time, and then we're going to split. I'll select everything and split the plane, and okay, so this is actually what we want. Let's try something like 10, or maybe too small, so something like 15. Okay, now pick an island or a separated object, and then random panels. Let's use this one, and let's increase the subdivision. I'm just going to copy the settings that I did for the other object. So increase the subdivision, and in depth you can of course create negative depth, but in this case in auxiliary, go ahead and merge it. So this doesn't create another object, but merges the randomized result to the source object. Merge, then you can see the result of the negative depth. So without the merge, the negative depth just overlaps the source mesh, and you can see the actual inwards extrusion. So merge, and here we're going to just increase the margin just a bit. I'm using control middle mouse button up down on the parameters to control the results. So, and also turn the even depth on. Okay, slowly increasing that, and then something like 8. and 15. So this is probably very detailed for the entire mesh. So let's do something like 20. Okay, now we have this. And then you can just pick an island. Okay, before we proceed, remember the subdivision cut that you used. So in this case, 8. Just in case the repeat action fails, you can use the same subdivision cut. So if you're using the live action, the live redo panel where you click on a parameter and the changes is live, there's no OK button, and use any of the options here as an OK button. I'm trying to find the word. Not accept. Oh my god. Instead of the OK button. Okay, so inset, just pick this, and then click another island, and Shift R to repeat the action. Click another one, Shift R, Shift R, Shift R. So just in case you did something that negates the repeat action, like that, go ahead and just reuse the operator. It has the same settings that you used the last time, but just in case the subdivision cut resets 0, and in this case we remember that it's 8, so it's 8, and just press insert again, and repeat the Shift R action. Shift R hotkey for the repeat action. So this is probably gonna take time for this. So this is the most extreme case. So we're using really high subdivision and a small panel island for increased detail. So just use Shift R. So some of the operators in random flow works for multiple objects, some do not for speed reasons. So basically, I'm limiting the user. I'm limiting the user's action intentionally to avoid freezes or crashes. And if this were to be done, if random panels could work on multiple objects, some users who are not aware um, of the lagging when it comes to subdivision and how the algorithm works, then it can result in a freeze. And with some operator, it's safe to use multi-selection for the operation, so they work with that. And almost there. Okay, oh, we missed one. Okay, go to X-ray to see if you've missed something, and we did this one here. And actually, there's 2 of them. Okay, so it's up to you to merge them or just leave it as is. So if there's no reason to merge them, just leave it like this, separated. So you have, you can actually go to edit mode. It will be much lighter than actually going to edit mode if this is merged. And you can use the random panel, the random flow operator, or other random flow operators in this because they are, of course, their own separate island and it's much lighter. But just in case you want to merge them, pick an island, Shift Q, and then go to Partition Mesh. Do not click it like normally. Press Control first, and then click on the operator, and it will merge it into one object. Okay, so just like I did here, and let's just revert it back like that. And what material is this using? So material, select everything. I'm going to use random flow, creative flow to assign materials for multiple objects. And it, okay, it didn't take a long time. So let's try and render this. It's using the same material as the sample, but the lighting is focused on that area right there. So, but you can see that we definitely have the same look as the other object that I made using this technique. So this is also the same method I used to create the Borg cubes that you probably saw in my shorts and some of my long tutorial videos. Okay. And here I actually missed one in this area here. And for this geometry or design, I'm just using this particular area right here to render. And this will be the product thumbnail for the pre-select add-on. So I've decided to release it as a product in Blender Market for $1 because it is actually just meant for random flow. And this way, the user who purchased the creative bundle can also use it, or creative flow. Okay, let's try and render this. Let's go to the render window, compositing, and render this. Oh, okay, it's actually already rendered. So this is the render view. We just two area lights and a bit of an HDRI to create the ambient lighting to actually lit up the shadows. Okay, so that is the partition mesh. If you're wondering what it is do not overcomplicate the workflow. It is still an experimental operator. It works, but I haven't really tested it to the extreme. But just in case, like what I said before, don't use it on your more serious model. If you want to use it for that, then Shift D to duplicate so you don't actually destroy your model. Okay, so that is it for this video. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.